Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm gonna talk about my first Nintendo. Now, before I start with that, I want to let you know that during the month of December, at least with each video I'm going to make this month, I'm going to encourage anyone who watches any videos I make this month to um, to do some charity work for the less fortunate, for the Christmas season. And I am going to say Christmas because I do not give in to political correctness. So you can give stuff, or at least donate food, clothes, or toys as well. And there are organizations like where you can go to, where they will send the stuff you can donate to the less fortunate. I mean, like the Salvation Army is a good place to start. You can also go to a local church, or you can even go to your town hall. So whatever it is you're going to decide to donate or do whatever you can to help those less fortunate during the Christmas season, well, those are good places to start. Or you could look for some other places, depending on your situation. Well, now with that out of the way, I'll talk about my first Nintendo, or I guess you could say the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, my earliest memory of playing that game was, I think, when I was 5 years old, or maybe I was 4, and I remember it was in the house where my father's side of the family used to live in, here in America. And yes, me and a cousin of mine would play with it sometimes. I mean, not a lot, but sometimes we play with toys and other stuff like we were kids. And then sometime after I got a TV in my room, my parents got me my first Nintendo. As a matter of fact, I have that console with me right now. I'm gonna get it. Here it is, the original Nintendo. It's kind of a bit heavy, but not too heavy. See? And here's something cool. Look what's inside. Don't know if you can see it, but putting it out. There we go. It took a while. The cartridge that it came in when I first got it, and I still have it. Even though I haven't played with it in years, it was still inside the console. And this, of course, was the first video game I ever owned. Super Mario Brothers, the original, and of course Duck Hunt. And they came in the same cartridge. I'm gonna put this back in. Yeah, that's right. I still have that game, but of course the remotes and connections have been are long gone. I guess because my mother threw them away during the move. But I did play with them a lot, and I even had another game for that. It was a racing game. I forgot the name, but yeah, mostly I play with the Mario game mostly, as well as Duck Hunt. I mean, I remember shooting the dogs with my Nintendo Saber, or because at the time I called it a gun. But yes, and I tried, the way most people play it, but for me, I would just go close to my TV and shoot the ducks, and I won every game as long as I do it that way. Yes, I know that's cheating, but as a kid, I wanted to win. And I played with a Mario game as well a lot. Although I, although I did get annoyed that the mushroom people keep telling me that the princess is another castle, and no matter how many times I played that game, I never got to the princess. Of course, that changed when they got the Super Mario All Star for the Super Nintendo, but I'll talk more about that in another video. And of course, once I got the Super Nintendo, I was able to play more of that. But anyway, back to the original Nintendo. But I think when I was in, I think when I was 14, I think, no, maybe it was 13 or 12, but it was in the first house my family used to live in Stoneham. And one day my sister found the console and I don't know if she connected the TV or maybe somebody else did, but yes, I played with it a lot, but around that time I already had the Super Mario All Star. But yes, and even though it's an old console and old games, it's a good part of history. As a matter of fact, a while back, I learned about the North American video game crash of 1983, or maybe it was 1984. But either way, what happened was that where somebody who worked on the ET movie called the person running Atari and asked them if they could make a ET video game in time for the Christmas season. And of course, well, any other person would say that it's not possible because making new video games takes time. But of course, the person who answered that says, "Yes, we'll do it." But of course, because they were so rushed that it kind of got some problems. And when people start playing the ET video game for Atari, it kind of got problems. And then yes, ET, but other problems that Atari caused. And then when Nintendo, at least the people who were in Japan, the Nintendo company in Japan heard about the crash, well, they decided to make a console, and they based it on the one that was popular at the time in that country, called the Family Computer, or Famicom for short. And then once decided to release it in America, and but make it looks different than what it had in Japan. It's like the one I just showed you. And then once it was on sale, all these television stores, it became a big hit. And of course, thanks to Nintendo, the video game industry was saved. I mean, for years, I didn't know that the console I used to own back when I was a kid was the one to save the video game industry. And also, Nintendo has been dedicated to not making the same mistakes Atari did. Although they made they had some low points in their history as well. I mean, something about not playing well with others, not letting any of the games they make for other consoles. Like, for example, you cannot play a well, back in the old days, you cannot play a something like Hedgehog game on Nintendo, and you could not play a Super Mario game on Sega as well. I mean, for me, I grew up with Nintendo, so I mean, yes, that was PlayStation at the time, but I think that was probably the mid '90s. So you didn't have PlayStation at the time, you either had Nintendo or a Sega, and for me, it was Nintendo. And even though I haven't played, well, any Nintendo games, well, I mean, I have played some as a demo as a like Best Buy, but I haven't owned one. I mean, I only had three Nintendo consoles: original, Super, and 64. But like I said before, I'll talk more about those consoles in other videos. But yeah, Nintendo is well, it was the first video game system I ever owned, and I'm thinking of buying new remotes and connections, as well as new consoles, so I can play, a lot of games I haven't played, or at least never got to play when I was growing up. And I hope that one day, if my channel goes through well, I hope that one day I might be invited to the Nintendo office and watch in Seattle or even in Japan, because that was part of my childhood gaming. I mean, Nintendo was is what got me to gaming in the first place, and it's amazing how well they it advanced over the years. And of course, I would like if Nintendo would remake consoles in the way they were made in the old days, as well as I mean, I know they brought back re-release some old games for like the Switch and other stuff, but to play on the yes, I know about the Nintendo Mini, but still, maybe one day I'll. Oh, sorry, something happened here. Yeah, so maybe one day I will better connections, and the console on their own, as well as the games in their own, and even I talking to play them in live. Maybe if I ever have children one day, they will be able to play those games, the way they were originally meant to be played. So they can experience the part of history. And yeah, so Nintendo, if you're watching this, it'll be neat if re-release your old consoles the way they were made and your old games, and the cartridge you made them. So well, so not only for to grow up with your games, but also for the younger people, for the kids of today. So they can experience what we played back when we were growing up. So I think that's all I can say about Nintendo for but I mean, at least our constraint gap right now. So I guess that's it, and I'll see you next time.